Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to today's video and welcome back to my channel. So clearly we are doing a makeup and mystery, as you can tell from the title. And we're going to be talking about a case that was recently brought to my attention that is still unsolved. And I was thinking we could cover it on my channel because yes, my channel is small. Big deal. But what if somebody who knows something or can crack the case open is watching small channels and it just clicks, you know? I'm also, before we get into it, doing my Sephora July order in June. I have a code for 15% off. So that's why I'm doing it now. I'm honestly doing a Pat McGrath order, and I'm doing a Dominique Cosmetics order. I gotta get that new concealer powder and sponge, and that eyeshadow base. I also have to update you guys a little bit on my life before we get into this video because I had something so sad and traumatic happen to me yesterday and it sucks. So the sad news that I have to report is my poor iPod is now dead, and Apple does not sell them anymore. I was gonna just get another one because I love having an iPod. Like, I'm not even sure if you guys can really see. Yeah, you can see the lines. It's dead. Luckily I have an iCloud. I've had Apple since 2010. So I just always get Apple. I ordered a new iPhone, so I have to wait for that. I'm so sad about having to order a phone. I was putting it off as long as I could because I just don't want to. I mean, the thing that really sucks is I have a Roku TV, which is what my uncle bought Kai for his birthday. And we just gave it to him early. And we lost the remote to the Roku TV. So I had the Roku remote app on my iPod, and I was just turning the TV on and off like that. However, with the iPod out of commission at this point, I can't turn the TV on, and I put the app on my mom's phone, and I was using it off my mom's phone yesterday, well, last night, because this happened last night. So I was just using the TV through my mom's phone, and my mom was like, "Are you going to be okay to use the TV tomorrow? How do you plan to do it?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's fine. I'll just put the app on the tablet. It's not going to be that big of a deal." Wrong! I can't get the app to download onto the tablet. So currently Kai is watching Mickey Mouse off of his tablet. And I really seriously have to rethink my life. But my phone, I just checked my email. Apple hasn't sent me any kind of like information about it being sent yet. I did just do the order last night, so I had to use my credit card to do it, which is so sad. But Apple hasn't sent me any confirmation or anything like that. But it did say estimated arrival time was June 18th, so it's the 12th right now, so I got like 5 days. Hopefully it'll be here, but I'll keep you guys up to date on that situation, because that sucks. But you know what? We're going to power through. I mean, this is what we do. We're going to power through. Also, I saw Heather Austin was talking about the new makeup launches this morning. I'm actually currently watching that video now. I'm in the middle of it, but I wanted to get this video filmed because I want to test out how long this makeup lasts today. So I'm going to try and wear, it's 8:53 when I'm doing my makeup right now. So I want to see how long some of this makeup lasts because I'm trying out a couple new powders. So I want to see how long this makeup lasts. So I think I'm going to keep this makeup on for 12 hours. So I'll try to take it off around 8, 9 o'clock-ish. If I can last that long. We will see. So it's going to be super duper fun. I've also changed my filming schedule, so now I'm filming in the same look. And I film up to 3 videos a day, which is awesome. It's great. Just been working out. I've been doing pretty good. Sometimes I don't film every day for the gaming channel, which I realized yesterday that that's okay for me to do, considering the fact that I don't post every single day on the gaming channel. I only post 3 times a week on that channel. So as long as I'm getting at least 1 video film for my makeup channel a day, I'm staying on top of my filming schedule, which I do tend to do religiously. Just sometimes I don't do it until later in the day because it's just like sometimes how it happens. I am using the Emerald Edition Controversy palette. I was literally looking at this and I was like, I think that they would have done so much better with this palette had they kept Cry on My Couch in here and put Cry on My Couch here, Diet Ripper here, My Boyfriend's Purse, and then got rid of this My Apology shimmer shade, because that shimmer shade is pretty shit in my opinion, and put Exposed here and Controversy here, and just kept this pop of green, and then kept this blue, because then you would have had neutrals, purples, blues, and a pop of green, and I think that this palette would have been so much better. By the way, I want to ask you guys your opinion on palette bingo. I think I want to film a palette bingo again. I had a lot of fun doing my last palette bingo. I'll probably do it after my annual declutter, which you guys know is going to be in about a month. So late June, early July is when that'll be up. It'll probably be up before this. So just so you guys know, I'm talking about my second ever declutter I've ever done in my life of my makeup collection. I used to hoard makeup. I'm really happy with the fact that I am not hoarding as much anymore. But I do have nice, expensive makeup that I prefer to use over drugstore makeup. Like, so I love this ColourPop palette, but I would prefer to use a Pat McGrath palette. Like, this is honestly not a Pat McGrath palette at all. She doesn't really do neutrals like this. Yes, Kai is waving goodbye to Mickey Mouse, just so you guys know. That's what he was doing. But I feel like this could be very comparable to the Bronze Seduction palette. I mean, I don't have the Bronze Seduction palette yet, but it's gonna be super duper nice. At least when I'm filming this, I don't have the Bronze Seduction palette. I could already have it by the time this video goes up. Who knows? I do post monthly favorites, monthly disappointments, monthly empties, and monthly palette rankings every single month at the either end of the month or the beginning of the month. So like I will post my monthly favorites, my monthly disappointments, and my monthly empties at the end of the month. Those tend to be my last videos I post. And then my monthly palette rankings also tend to come at the end of the month, or sometimes they'll come at the beginning of the next month, just kind of depending on how it falls. And I'm probably not going to be going through product as fast as I was before, because I'm not doing my makeup as often, like 3 times a day anymore, so I'm not going through product as fast. I have also noticed that, and I do like going through my products. And it was awesome. It's awesome to have it in like a little box, because like once I'm done filming that video, I just literally went to the trash and I it into the trash. It was awesome. I did just realize that we have not even started talking about today's case. So today's case is going to be, it's actually still to this day considered, it's open and it's considered cold by Florida detectives. And today we are talking about the case of Haleigh Cummins. So Haleigh Cummins was a 4-year-old little girl when she disappeared. She was living with her father, Ron Cummings, her older, I believe he was older, brother, Ronald Cummings Jr., and her dad's girlfriend at the time, Misty, I don't know. I don't know her last name. Misty Croshian? Something like that. So Ronald was working an overnight shift, so Misty had the kids, and the way they lived in a trailer, and the way it was designed, the way they had it designed was Ronald and Misty's bed was a mattress on the floor, which is all uncomfortable when you think about that, and they had like a little mattress right next to it for the kids. However, Misty said that on this night, both kids went to sleep in the bed with her. But then she changed her story later and said that when she woke up, Haleigh was in the little bed. Or Haleigh went to sleep in the littler bed. But anyways, she said that Haleigh had originally said that Haleigh was in the bed with her, and then she changed it to Haleigh was in the little bed. In the little mattress for the kids. And she got up on this night to use the bathroom. And they had a master bathroom connected to the bedroom that Misty and Ron were in. And I don't know why, but she decided to not use that master bathroom, and she decided to walk through the house and go to basically the guest bathroom. I don't know why, but that's That's what she did. And she said when she did that, she had noticed that the kitchen light was on, so she decided to inspect it. And when she did, she noticed that the front door was wide open, being held open by a cinder block. So, of course, any normal person would panic in that situation. So she went and checked, and she had noticed that Haleigh was gone. And she called Ron and called 911 and all that. And you can check out the call if you are curious. It's weird. I don't actually think that Ron's behavior in the 911 call, if you do decide to look it up, is weird. I actually think it's quite normal for a parent to be upset when they come home from work and find that their child is missing. And he even said that if he found the person who had his daughter before the cops, he was going to kill him. And I think that that's also normal for a parent to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure my dad would do the same thing for me if I was 4 years old and kidnapped. I mean, your number one instinct is to protect your children. That's your number one instinct. Am I the only one that thinks that that translucent powder turned my under eyes yellow? Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be examining it today in the bathroom mirror. And we're going to see. I do think I like this powder foundation, just so you guys know. So they call 911 and they get investigators out there. And I think pretty quickly it kind of like they were really zoning in on Misty because Misty was the last person to see Haleigh. However, Misty came out and said publicly that her and Ron had taken lie detector tests and that they had passed, and it later was revealed that Misty had actually failed miserably in knowing. So they look for Haleigh, and still to this day, I think that the biggest part of this case is that to this day, Haleigh still hasn't been found. We have no idea what's happened to her. She's just been missing for, I think, 18 years is what it is, 15 years, something like that. What was really weird was that a month after Haleigh disappeared, Ronald and Misty got married. And they hadn't known each other very, very long. And from just like investigating them for this case, for me to cover this case, I can already tell you guys that they have a very volatile relationship. And these are two people who just should not be together. As a person, you should have the common sense, but we don't always when a relationship is toxic and not good for you. I do want to point out that Misty and Ron got divorced 6 months after they got married. 6 months. I think that's the shortest marriage I've ever seen. So they did get divorced, and after getting that divorce, I guess they still stayed in contact because they're both in jail on drug-related charges. So there was a sting set up, and it caught Misty, Ron Cummings, and Misty's brother Tom in on the sting. And Misty was like the head of these, like, this little drug ring. So she ended up getting like the brunt of it. She actually got 25 years. She got 25 years, and she's not set to be released from prison until 2031. And Ron Cummings got, I don't know how long I think he got 15 years. I know he is set to be released next year. And I don't know about her brother. I didn't look into him. I didn't really care. But the thing that people were really, like, they were kind of like, your daughter is missing. And now I want to talk about a woman named Crystal, who is Ron Cummings' ex-wife, and also the mother of Haleigh. Sorry, this iPod is still kind of working. We just can't really use it. But she is the mother of Haleigh, and she actually came forward and said that Ron was actually abusive, and that's why she left. But I'm a little iffy about that, because if he was abusive, how and why did she let him get custody of her kids? I would rather stay in a homeless shelter with my kids than let them be with an abuser, knowing that he could be abusing them. But I mean, that's just me. Every parent is different, so hard to say. But anyway, it is said that nobody really thinks that Haleigh is with us anymore. I don't think Haleigh is still with us. I hope for her family's sake that she is, and like she was just taken by somebody who really wanted a girl or something like that, and that's what happened. But the chances of that is like very, very slim at this point. And like I said, Missy did keep changing her stories. Due to her changing her stories and the public finding out about her lying about the lie detector test and failing it, there won't be any Christmas this year. The public turned on her pretty quickly. I think still to this day it's widely believed that she had something to do with Haleigh's disappearance. So one of the stories Missy said was that her brother, Tommy, remember him from the drug bust, and her cousin, whose name I do not know, had came over and they were looking for Ron's gun, but when they couldn't find Ron's gun, they decided to take Haleigh instead, which doesn't really make sense. You know, a gun and a person are two completely different things. But I mean, hey, stranger things have happened. I don't think I like this setting color. But the story I think most people believe is that it was said that Misty wasn't even there the night that Haleigh disappeared at that house. It was reported pretty early on in Haleigh's disappearance by an anonymous source that she was at a party. But then 6 months later it came back up and was reported again by an anonymous source that Misty was at this party, and then they got more details about the said party. And they interviewed people from this party, and all of the people that were there that saw Misty said, yes, Misty was there, and so was Haleigh. And I'm not really clear on what they say happened, other than the fact that all of them pretty much agree that Haleigh had somehow found some drugs at the party and gotten into them, and had overdosed and died. It's said that Haleigh, after she overdosed, was then taken by some people at the party and put in a duffel bag and put in this lake. Police did successfully drain this lake, but they did not find Haleigh's body, so it makes people think like, okay, maybe this is true and Haleigh was there, but somebody somehow took her out. And other people think that maybe they got the lake wrong, or the whole lake part was the not true part, but Haleigh being at that party is what people actually think. Some people even have the suggestion that Misty drugged Haleigh so she could go partying, which a lot of people believe that that is what happened in the Caylee Anthony case with Casey Anthony. That Casey Anthony wanted to go out and party, so she drugged Haleigh to keep her asleep so she could go out and party and not have to worry about being a mom. Actually, speaking of the Anthony family, apparently the Anthony family came forward and offered to help the Cummings family, but the Cummings family actually declined their help because they said that the Anthony family had a private agenda, and also that the cases had nothing to do with each other, and that they were not similar in any way, which I firmly believe Casey killed Kaylee and got away with it. But I also firmly believe that Misty had something to do with Haleigh's disappearance. And I think that the biggest thing that I haven't touched on in this case is that Misty was actually only 17. She was very, very young. Very young to be in the position of mother. You know, so maybe she did want to go out and party. I mean, it's very, very possible. But Casey was older than 17, and she was established as a mother with Kaylee. And Casey could have had her parents take her daughter, and she could have been a partier. No, she decided to be selfish and take a person's life, and I think that the same thing happened with Misty and Haleigh. I had heard that one of the reasons that Misty and Ron had actually divorced was Misty said that Ron could not handle her retelling of the story of the night that Haleigh disappeared, and that her constantly changing her story really was a downfall in their relationship. We're almost there. Don't give up. I have been wearing these false lashes for the past 2 days, and I love them so much that I'm going to purchase false lashes and get back into wearing them, because why not? I kind of want to, so I'm going to. No, Kai. You just love how he takes everything. Are you waving it like Mommy was doing? So I really like these lashes. Do not be surprised if they are in a my monthly favorites, because I have not had to trim them and they just sit perfectly on my lashes, and I love them. I really love them. They're perfect layer, perfect length, perfect everything. I hope I can find more like these, honestly, because these were Christmas lashes. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Misty had anything to do with Haleigh's disappearance? Because I think that most people kind of think she did. What do you guys think happened to Haleigh? If you have any information, maybe you were at that party that night and you remember seeing something that is not previously known. I was wondering why the lash didn't look the same, and I was like, I put it on the wrong eye. I'm stupid. Don't worry. My stupidity is not contagious through the camera. But I got it fixed. But yeah, so maybe you remember something from that day. Maybe you have heard something from somebody who was there, and you can just pass it on. You can always remain anonymous with police, but really anything to get this little girl's remains and get this like family like closure, because it is said that once Ron gets out of prison, he is planning to continue the search for his daughter, because she again still hasn't been found to this day. We have progression age photos if you guys want to check those out. Yeah, just if you have any information, I will try to remember to leave it down below in the description box, but if not, just make a comment and I can go back and do it, and I can put the information in the description box for anybody who wants to share any information. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.